but I cried too, like a baby in the fucking garage. You know what I mean? In the cold, I'm crying, bro, and I'm crying, and he crying, and we crying. It just feels so genuine, bro. Yo. Oh, what's going on, YouTube? Y'all ain't guessed it by now. Sometimes I pretty much just use this as, you know, almost like a video diary, I guess. We probably got a little word for that, but I don't know. But I just wanted to run y'all through something that happened to me today. And so, for a little reference, I own a landscaping company. Today I was at one of my clients' properties, and I was doing a quote for a mulch install, you know, wood chips and all that. And then, you know, usually I deal with the mom, you know, or the wife, and you know, she's always super nice. The dad usually is like kind of like behind the scenes. I don't know, it's a mystery, bro. But anyways, today, you know, I was doing a quote, and you know, walking around the property. I was talking to the wife for probably around 25-30 minutes, and then for like the first or second time ever, I saw the husband come out. Not only did the husband come out, but the son came out as well, right? So they came out, and they was just throwing the ball around, pretty much. That's all it was. Started off riding a little bike. I guess the little boy got bored of that. They just started throwing the ball around. And I did something that I've been noticing I do a lot. I've really been doing it for years. So I was yay high, probably around a little boy height, but I saw the interaction between the little boy and his dad, and it just mesmerized me. You know what I mean? Like it just took a hold of me, and I couldn't shake it, right? So like, and I'm noticing it while it's happening. I'm like, okay, let me not focus too much on it. You know, I look at it, I stare at the dad and the son, and you know, they might think I'm some kind of weirdo. That might just be bad for business, right? So, you know, I shake it, but for some reason, you know, I finished the quote up. I'm in the truck on the way back home, and I'm just thinking about it. I'm like, man, like, you know, I've been doing this since I was young. Like, I know what it is. It's like I look at it, I see a father and I see a son, right? And I see the dog licking me. I see them together, like interacting in a positive way, and it just mesmerizes me. Like, it's just something captivating about it. And it's not a look, and I can't help but just admire it. And it's not really, I don't know what it is. Like, again, it's been happening for years. I don't know. I don't even want to call it jealousy. It definitely used to be jealousy. Like, I used to see it and I used to be like, damn, like, why can't that be me? As sad as that sounds, or as weird as that sounds. But now it's like I look at it, I'm like, man, like, that's so unknown to me. You know what I mean? Like it's so unknown to me for me to go outside and ride the bike with my dad, for me to go outside and throw a football with my dad, or baseball. And I don't even like baseball, but you know, some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It's always been so abnormal, right? And I've been around people with their dad, you know what I mean? And I see like, so it's not like I don't know what it's like to see. I just don't know what it's like to feel, if that makes sense. And then I just got to thinking about, and again, this is like a 35-minute car ride back home, truck ride back home. So I'm just thinking, just contemplating about how different things would have went if I did have my pops, right? So I'm going down the list. I'm just brainstorming. And again, when I say, again, this is just me ranting, honestly. It's just me ranting. So I'm not making excuses for anything I've ever done. I'm not trying to justify anything I've ever done. But for reference, I'm a 2-time convicted felon, right? I've owned 2 businesses. One I actively own now. The other one I sold a percentage in. I've done time. I've been incarcerated. I just got off of a 3 years supervised probation last September. That's just reference on my life, right? But I grew up in a single parent household. My mom, right, and you know, we bumped heads all the time. I mean, we definitely clashed. I used to fight. I used to steal. I used to be outside, right? So, you know, pretty much raised by my mom, my aunties, and occasionally my granddad. You know what I mean? Every now and then some uncles as well. So that's just a little backstory on my life, right? But as I get to thinking, I'm like, man, like, and it's really started to hit me for some reason. Like, I've everything I am, not everything, but a big part of who I am came from me not having my dad, right? And you know, there's some good things. Like I said, multiple business owner. You know what I mean? I feel like I got my head on right, but there's also negative things, right? And I want to broadcast both sides, right? So I think of the negative things, and I think like the problems I've always had, and you know, I've been pretty much bad my whole life. Just now getting my head back on right, my adult life, right? But I remember I used to get in trouble a lot, you know, and my mom had mental health issues. So when I would get in trouble, she'll call my dad. Mind you, I only remember seeing my dad once in my life, right? Like honestly, I remember the day vividly. I saw him. He picked me up, you know what I mean, from my mom's house, my auntie house, something like that. I went to his house. And I went on CartoonNetwork.com or something like that. I guess he had like a little rinky-dink apartment in Milwaukee, the city that I'm from, born and raised. But then I just played games all day. And that's it. I don't even really remember interacting with the man at all. Met a couple of my siblings on his side. That's pretty much it, right? So, okay, so boom. Remember seeing him once, right? But I've had probably a handful of conversations with him, somewhere between 5 and 10. They always would come after I would get in trouble, right? Like I said before, my mom used to have emotional and mental health issues, right? So she would be a little aggressive because I was a badass kid, you know what I mean? And pretty much the only thing that would save me was the phone call from my dad. She'd be like, man, I'm tired of this shit, man. Your son tripping, you know, this and that. You gotta talk to him. My dad would talk to me, you know what I mean? I feel like it'll work at the time. I don't know why. You know, I just go right back to doing the bad stuff, right? But he'd talk to me. He'd talk to her. He'd calm her down. Pretty much I wouldn't get it as bad. You know what I mean? So boom, that kept happening. That kept happening. Eventually, you know, he moved to Arizona or something like that. So, you know, the phone calls became less frequent. He stopped answering the phone. And when he wouldn't answer the phone, it'd just get bad, right? So as time goes on, again, like I said, he'll stop answering the phone. Eventually, he just stopped answering. I get in trouble, he just stopped answering. Boom, I get it bad. Get in trouble. She'll ring up my pop. He wouldn't answer. I get it bad. And then that's pretty much what I accepted. And it's almost like a weird feeling because it's not like I sat back and I was like, damn, like my dad gone. I'm never like he ain't gonna be here to save me no more. Even though he was never like really there in person, but he's not gonna be here to, you know what I mean, save me via the phone, you know what I mean? He ain't gonna be there to give me them little 5-minute pep talks that he would that he gave me every now and then when I would, you know, bump my head, get in trouble. That never happened, bro. It was more so like he used to say he saved me a couple times and then he was just gone, like he just disappeared, bro. It was like a ghost. You know what I'm saying? And then as I grew older, I started being molded into a person that was just I was just missing pieces. Stop looking at me. I got my dog, man. I don't know if y'all remember her from a couple videos ago. She a puppy. She pissed me off. Anyway, I was starting to mold myself into a young man with many missing pieces. You know what I mean? Again, I'm being raised by all women. As a lot of younger dudes coming up, where I'm from at least, a lot of them are being raised by their mothers, by their aunties, by, you know, women because they dad ain't there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm being raised by women. I start to, you know, my emotional side start to come out. I'm confused. I never got nobody to talk to. You know what I'm saying? My mama always working, and then when she not working, you know, women are naturally more and more emotional. As in like you know, she come home with something ain't right. I'm sure you know a lot of y'all who grew up with moms can relate. Then it's like they're pretty much like the yellers. You know what I'm saying? At least in my experience from what I seen from my mama, you know, other women growing up, they're the they're that. You know what I'm saying? So I started to not respect authority because I was just getting yelled at with no discipline, no real discipline. You know what I mean? Nobody was sitting me down, talking to me, wondering why I was doing the things I was doing. Every now and then, you know what I mean? Somebody tried. You know, shout out to moms. She tried for a little bit too, but it was never. It was just like. It just was so hard, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like it was, bro, it was so hard because it just felt like nobody understood. Because again, I'm getting all this advice coming from women. You know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking, and I'm not trying to put women down at all, but it's like, again, it's always emotional, it's always aggressive, it's always like just something, not just something missing there. You know what I mean? So I started acting out way more. You know what I mean? I started fighting way more. Started stealing way more. And you know, I sit back, and I've been to therapy, you know, a decent amount of time since then. And you know, we start putting the pieces together, and it's like, you know, I feel like, you know, I was doing the bad stuff, and it was getting worse, because I'm like, you know, maybe, you know, one day, you know, she gonna call, and you know, dude gonna pick up, you know what I'm saying, or like maybe he gonna be like, damn, you know, my son tripping, you know, I don't want him to be like this, I don't want him to go down this road, let me just go ahead and pick him up or something like that, you know what I mean, or let me just, you know, shit, at least chop it up with me, you get what I mean? But you know, never really happened like that, you know. So you know, it's getting worse, man. You know, like I said, I start fighting, start stealing, I start getting kicked out a lot. You know, going from house to house, you know, don't nobody really want to deal with me. I mean, again, I was a hard kid to deal with, you know what I mean? I started, and then, you know, the big thing happened, like the big bad thing. So it started off with the bad stuff, right? My daddy kind of mediate that. Then the bad stuff, the small bad stuff, like the fighting and stealing, got worse. Started selling thousands of dollars worth of stuff. Started fighting and getting suspended all the time. You know what I mean? That went to me not listening. You know what I mean? Not listening to my mom, not listening to my aunties, not listening to my granddad. You know what I'm saying? I listened to my uncles. Them niggas was big and they was gangbang. Didn't want none of that. I listened to them. You know what I mean? Whenever they was around. But again, they was in the streets. So it's like when they was around, they was around. You know what I mean? For, you know, good discipline, I would say. But when they wasn't around, nigga, what's going on? Shit, it's a free for all. You get what I'm saying? Again, lacked so much discipline, bro. You know? So it went from that to where I feel like a lot of younger dudes start messing up at, and it's when you lack a strong father figure in your life, it does a lot of things to you. And one of those things is it makes it so hard. You pretty much, one of those things that it does to you is you're searching for that masculine energy. You know what I mean? I don't mean necessarily in a gay way or like anything like that. At least not for me. You know what I mean? To each his own on that point. But for me, I search for some kind of masculine energy. You know what I mean? Whether it's guy friends, my age or older. Usually it'd be older and stuff like that. And I feel like a lot of boys go down this path. Because when I was doing that, now boom, now the people who want to be around me are the people who are doing bad things. You know what I'm saying? And then the people who are my age, you know what I mean? People who are older than me, they going through the same stuff, or they done went through the same stuff. They got kicked out. You know what I mean? These dudes gang banging. These dudes, you know, selling drugs. These dudes, you know, carrying guns. You know what I'm saying? These dudes doing bad. They beating on women. You know what I mean? They doing all this stuff that I think is cool, and I'm thinking it's cool because like bro actually want to be around me. You know what I'm saying? Like bro older than me, he want to be around me. You know what I mean? That meant a lot to me because it's like I done built it up my mind where it's like, bro, like don't nobody want to be around me, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like my mom's always mad at me. You know what I mean? I'm going from house to house. You know, every time I show up at somebody's door, bro, it's like it's the look in their face where it's like, damn, bro, like here we go again. You know what I mean? But I can't help it, money. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't, like bro, like I'm young and I'm hurt, man. I'm young, I'm hurt, and I'm struggling, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm around these dudes, and you know they give me money every now and then. You know what I mean? They call me little bro. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they taking me under their wing. You know what I mean? They got smiles when they see me. You know what I mean? They joking with me. They spending time with me, bro. You know what I mean? And that's all I was really craving, bro. I was craving somebody to pay attention to me and spend time with me. You know what I mean? That's hard for me to say even now as a man. Like, bro, I'm a grown ass man. You know what I'm saying? And all I wanted was attention from men, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's all I wanted. And again, never had a gay thought in my life, honestly. Again, nothing wrong with that. So it's not a homosexual thing. It's more so like bro, I just wanted a man to notice me, bro. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted a man to care about me. I just wanted a man to love me, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that's what people go through. So like younger dudes who grow up without their pops, bro, they start doing things for that love. You know what I mean? At least me, it's like, oh, you should, you know what I'm saying? I love you. I feel like you love me. Let me go ahead and take care of this for you. I like spending time with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling so much love and so much positive energy from you. Bro, I'll kill a nigga for you, bro. I'll rob a dude for you, bro. I'll stick somebody grandma for you, bro. Grandma up for you, bro. Cause I love you, dog. Cause I want you to keep wanting me to be around. You know what I mean? And I get like everybody ain't playing this whole follow the leader game, but at least for me, that's how it was, bro. I ain't had no dude that wanted to be around me. I ain't had no dude that I could come to and sit down and chop it up with him about life, bro. You know what I mean? I'm just a confused little boy, bro. I don't know how to navigate this stuff. You know what I'm saying? My granddad ain't paying attention to me. I'm talking about the dudes. So boom, then it get to the point where like, you know, I'm past all that stage, all those stages, you know, like me doing wrong, you know what I mean? My journey of like self-discovery. This is more so like after I got released from jail, you know what I mean? I'm trying to do things right, trying to do things the legal way, you know what I'm saying? Trying to better myself, like financially, physically, mentally, emotionally, you know what I mean? And I started noticing other chinks in my armor, you know what I'm saying? Especially, you know, when it comes to like dealing with other people. Those are the main things. And I started noticing how it affected my pair bonding, you know what I mean? It was hard for me to like actually sit down and have good conversations with people, you know what I'm saying? Especially women, because, and again, this ain't like no pity party, but it's like, you know, I never saw all the relationships I seen with women, like men and women, you know what I mean? Like it was full of domestic violence, you know what I'm saying? Like emotional instability, you know what I'm saying? Like all kind of abuse, whether it's verbal, physical, emotional, you know what I mean? So it's like without that father figure there, I never really knew how to treat a woman, you know what I'm saying? Like everything I know about that comes from like YouTube, and you know what I mean? Like seeing my mentors with their families and fucking, I caught him again, I'm cold. Caught a fly. Seeing my mentors with their families and like seeing exactly how it's supposed to be. But again, you gotta remember when I'm first seeing those things, like I'm like, bro, like this shit ain't just in the movies. You know what I'm saying? It's like these people got like these big happy families, bro, and like they barbecuing and like, you know, they love each other. They got dogs and shit. You know, like they doing it right. You know what I mean? They be telling people, they be telling each other they love them, and you know what I'm saying? I still got a hard time with that, bro. Like getting better with it. But like still, like no matter what, like I'm so not used to affection and like love, you know what I'm saying? And like this ain't to discredit the people like that actually did come up loving me and stuff like that, but like saying I love you, you know what I'm saying? Like physical affection for too long, all that stuff is extremely uncomfortable for me, especially from men, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't really know how to like interact with men in like a healthy way, you know what I'm saying? Because it went from me growing up seeking validation, seeking attention, seeking love from men / you know, masculine figures, to like me being in tune with men, you know what I'm saying? So like all I've known is unhealthy relationships with men, whether it's like me running towards them looking for some kind of love, security, or whether it's me looking to hurt one, you know what I mean? Or like me looking to rob one, or like me looking to, you know what I mean, stuff like that. So it's like man, like gotta be one of the most challenging things that I deal with, because I'm like, okay, maybe like am I tripping on this point, you know what I'm saying? Like am I doing too much, you know what I'm saying? Like how do I go about like these situations, you know what I mean? And then it's like I remember when my first experience seeing it done right, you know what I mean? It was one of my mentors, man, really like family to me, you know, they whole family, they took me in, you know what I mean? And I remember it was time I started, you know, dealing with them, or like, you know, them dealing with me, however you want to say it. I found my dad's number, you know what I'm saying? I found it somehow because, you know, he was back and forth from the, I forgot how the fuck I found it. I found it, you know, I texted him for a little bit, you know what I'm saying? I was letting him know, it's before I went to jail, by the way. But I'm locked in my mentor family, you know what I mean? So I'm asking them, I'm like, okay, so like how should I like text him with this, and how should I go about this? So, you know, I'm texting him, you know what I'm saying, a couple times. I'm letting him know, I'm like, man, you know, like I've been staying out of trouble, which I have been, you know what I mean? I'm kicking it with them. So like I'm not really out in the streets, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not doing, you know, nothing I'm not supposed to be doing for real, for the most part, you know. So I'm texting him, I'm letting him know, I'm like, man, you know, I've been doing better, like, you know, and I'm like opening up to him, you know what I mean? Like I'm sending paragraphs to this dude, he sent me paragraphs back. It's my pops, you know what I'm saying? So like it's feeling so surreal, because it's like and this is the first time, like, I admit this out loud, like, I grew up, you know, with him, like, over the phone, you know what I mean, helping me out. And then when he left, when he vanished, it was like a ghost and never existed, you know what I'm saying? So I pretty much X'd all that out, and then it came back in the form of these text messages. And again, my first time admitting this out loud, but like, I'm like, okay, look, maybe it's hope, because you gotta remember, I'm like 17 at this time. I'm like, you know, I'm still young. I'm like, you know, maybe it's hope, you know, like, he might actually, you know, come back, you know what I mean, love me a little bit, like, you know, we might be like the, you know, the fathers and sons I be seeing, you know, in the stores and, you know, at the parks, you know, at the football games and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm thinking. So, you know, we texting. And then, once again, bro, it just stopped. You know what I mean? Like, it just randomly stopped. And I'm like, because I forced myself to think, like, okay, you know, even though I'm a kid, I be fucking up so much that maybe he just don't want to fuck with me. You get what I'm saying? I'm like, man, you know, I be fighting, I be stealing, you know, like, my discipline is subpar at best. You get what I'm saying? Maybe, so, you know, me coming to him and telling him, like, you know, I've been doing better at this, I've been doing better at that. I'm like, man, he gotta want me now. You get what I'm saying? That's what's going on in my mind. But it ain't work. You know what I'm saying? It ain't work. You know, the dude just vanished again. But this time it was different, bro. Cause it's like, I'm thinking like, okay, he had all this time, like, to think about me. You know what I'm saying? He had all this time to miss me. You know what I'm saying? So by the time I come back and I let him know, he gonna be like, bro, this is great. He might book a first class flight from Arizona back to Milwaukee. You get what I'm saying? None of that happened, bro. So it's like, that stuff just crushed me. You know what I mean? Like that gotta be like the top 5 worst experiences I done ever been through. I done been through some shit. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, that happened, man. And like, that stuff fuck up your trust, bro. You know, like, it's hard to trust people, bro. And it's like, it's hard to not go about life in such a negative way. You know what I mean? People they like, that's why, like, you know, I encounter young dudes who I know came from like the same type of situation, and like, you know, they parents, you know what I mean, they be like, man, you know, he always so angry and this and that. You know, I looked the dude in his eyes, and like, you know what I mean, I get chopping up with the young dude, and I get it, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to not be angry when you feel like don't nobody want you. You know what I mean? It's hard to not feel angry when you feel like don't nobody love you, dog. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know, bro. It's just hard. It's just hard. And like, you know, you just gotta dig your way out of it. You know what I mean? You just gotta dig your way out of it. And it took me a while to realize that. I'm still struggling with it, but, you know, I'm getting better. But it took me a while to realize, you know, love is out there. You know what I mean? It's people out there that'll fuck with you. You know what I mean? That'll love you for you. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta do nothing for them. You know what I mean? Like, it's people out there that actually care about you. It just, in my experience, it just wasn't my pops. You know what I'm saying? But shit, it is what it is on that one, bro. But like, man, it's just, you just don't want to get close to people, bro. You just don't want to, cause it's like you just, and man, look, when I tell you, I'm just chopping it up with y'all. When I tell you, like, it just left me with so many problems, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes I be feeling like I don't know myself. Like, sometimes I be feeling like half of me. You know what I mean? Like I got abandonment issues. You get what I'm saying? I got pair bonding issues. It's hard for me to sit down and just like connect with one person long term. You know what I'm saying? I got separation anxiety bad. You know what I mean? It's hard for me to be alone. I'm getting better with that, but that's hard, bro. Like it done put me into such a dark place. And I feel like, obviously, like, you know, there's other things that, you know, happen in my life to contribute to that. But I feel like, you know, going to therapy, you know what I mean, talking it out. The main one is Pop's not being there. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. Like I said, that's the negatives. You know what I mean? Let's end it off with the positives, man. Like I said, multi-business owner. You know what I'm saying? I done. It ain't all about money, but I done made more money than younger me could have ever thought of. You know what I'm saying? I done built genuine friendships with people. I've had genuine relationships with, you know what I'm saying, with people. Like, you know, and it put somebody told me something, man, and it was like, and it's crazy because it was like, you know, not having a dad is the best teaching for like when you do have a kid. You get what I'm saying? Because you pretty much know what to do. You just supposed to do everything the bitch ass nigga didn't do. You get what I'm saying? That I forgot who told me, but shout out fam. That's pretty much all it is. But I want to end it. I want to end it with this, and it's just me being vulnerable. But like, you know, the first time I ever felt true love from a man, real life true love from a man. And again, you gotta remember, I came up, you know what I mean, doing a lot of stuff I wasn't supposed to do, doing things for people who I felt like loved me. You know what I mean? But the first time I felt true love from a man, I want to thank Alex. You get what I'm saying? I want to thank Alex. I remember I would, you know, they took me in, they helped me with my college essay. You know, I'm in my college essay to UW Whitewater. I'm over there telling my life story as they suggested. And then, you know, I get done writing it. I worked hard on it. You know, before I submitted it, you know, I called Alex up and I read it to him, you know what I'm saying? And he cried, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta remember, I'm coming from a world where men don't cry. I'm coming from a world where you a bitch if you cry, you a hoe if you cry. So they gonna call you gay if you cry. You don't cry. Before that, I don't remember the last time I heard or saw a man cry. You know what I mean? And he cried. And he cried to me, and it was over the phone, but I cried too, like a baby in the fucking garage. You know what I mean? In the cold. I'm crying, bro. And I'm crying, and he crying, and we crying. It just feels so genuine, bro. And you know, a few tears pass, and he like, man, Tater, I'm proud of you, dog. You know what I mean? Or you know what I mean? Like you done came from this, and you know you doing this, and you know I'm proud of you, and I love you, man. And I ain't gonna lie, like that right there made me realize that's the real love. You know what I mean? The dude that's out here that's gonna give you a gun and send you out here to rob people, nigga don't love you, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's the people that sit you down and talk to you and make sure you feel all right. You know what I mean? It don't gotta be blood, man. You ain't gotta y'all ain't gotta be cousins, or y'all ain't gotta be family, or none of that. Because the first piece of love I felt from a man was a man that if I didn't go to the high school I went to, I would have never met. You know what I mean? It came from him, and it came from his family, and it was so genuine. You know what I mean? I would never take nothing like that for granted. You know what I'm saying? And I see how he interacts with his son, and I want that. I want that for my kids, and so on and so on. And I'ma have that because, like I said, you know, I got the blueprint for what not to do. Just gotta do the opposite. But you know, I mean, and you know, if this video do find somebody in the same situation I was in, and now I want to talk to, you know what I mean, me at 15, 16, 17, 18. Fuck that bitch ass nigga, bro. You know what I mean? Like, he gone, and it is what it is. It's gonna be nice when you cry. It's gonna be nice when you feel alone. It's gonna be nice when you feel like don't nobody love you. It'll get better, bro. You know what I'm saying? As cliche as it is, bro, it'll get better. And then it'll get worse. Then it'll get better, and then it'll get worse. But you know what I mean? But like, you can't appreciate the rainbows if you don't get a little rain first. You feel what I'm saying? But that was a long little talk. It's just something that happened to me, and I just thought about it, and I went on a long little tangent. But until next time, be safe, be easy.